Hello, my name is Clarissa Villarreal, and today I'm going to be presenting my photo voice project. My username is It's the Real Clary, and below my bio, I have at UTRGV hashtag Visa Vaquero Forever to represent my love for the school that I attend. Below that, I have three photos in circles. One of them is my dog, one of them is me and my family, and the other is me and some of my best friends. These three photos represent the most important things in life to me. Below that, I have some of the photos that I used in my photo voice project. The first photo is a picture of what it looks like crossing the border from Mexico to the United States. The caption is in between both sides, hashtag Viva Mexico. This photo represents, like I said, crossing from Mexico back to the United States, which a lot of people here in the Valley have to do. I have heard so many cases of students and parents having to cross their kids across the border in order for them to attend school. That's just a reality that a lot of us have had to face, and I have a lot of us have seen throughout here and my experience here in living in the valley. This photo is a picture of some paint brushes that have been used. My caption is masked by brushes, hashtag face paint, and this photo represents having to put on a mask while people talk to me. And when I was younger, my first language was Spanish, so whenever I learned how to talk in English, it made me feel like I had to put on a mask and I was painting a face, something that I really wasn't. This photo is a box of crayons. The caption is color, 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 hashtag one shade. There's a lot of color around the world, but it feels like there's only one shade here in the Rio Grande Valley. Here in the Rio Grande Valley, the predominant is Hispanic and Mexican. We do see other races, but it's not so common. And this coloring box of all the different colors is just a reminder that there is diversity around this world. The next picture is a picture of a trash can. The caption is "You look like garbage." Hashtag basura. Hashtag kindness matters. And this picture represents being bullied in elementary. It does not feel good for anyone. A lot of people get bullied and get name called, and being called like trash and garbage is an example of being bullied. This photo is a picture of a water faucet at a school, and the caption is when will I be able to have water again? Hashtag save me. As you can see, there's an attention sign saying that the water fountain is closed. And this photo represents the fact that underdeveloped and socioeconomically struggling schools don't have the same resources as others, even if they're a few miles apart, and it doesn't matter. A lot of different schools here in the valley definitely deal with issues like this. The next photo is a picture of a photo wall of a bunch of words in Spanish and English, and the caption is Palabras porque las necesito aprender en inglés. Hashtag no quiero. And what this photo represents is getting put into English classes as an ESL student, and it made me feel like I did not want to learn English. Being forced to forget my native language and learn English and adapt to this lifestyle of being in the United States was quite difficult, although I was a born US citizen. Like I said, Spanish was my first language, making it just very difficult for me growing up. The next photo is an empty refrigerator, and the caption is, how come we don't have any food, mom? Hashtag I'm hungry. This photo represents growing up and not having enough money for food and not understanding why. This is an issue that so many students go through in so many different poverty areas. It doesn't matter where you are around the world, this is an issue everywhere, and this is an issue that so many students and so many children face. The next photo is a picture of a door that's covered and laminated with lunch ladies, and it's just a little sign. And the caption says, I can eat this for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Hashtag delicious. This photo represents the fact that school funding does help provide lunches for students made by the lunch ladies that do work in the cafeteria. If it weren't for the school funding, the providing for lunch, students would not be able to eat throughout the day, which is very important and crucial to help students continue to learn. The next photo is a picture of a noisometer, and the caption is inside voices only, hashtag hush. This chart helps students understand the boundaries needed in the classroom. Not all students will know how to behave and don't come from a good environment at home. Therefore, they will learn the boundaries needed in order to maintain a classroom that will be being taught, and the teacher will be trying her best to keep everybody having an inside voice. This photo is an empty classroom, and the caption is hashtag attendance is mandatory, hashtag perfect attendance. Without the students knowing, attendance brings attention to the state legislation and attendance related funding, and the importance of going to school is for a student's performance. The next photo is a board that's talking about consent in the elementary. This caption is read the board, hashtag stay safe. This is straightforward link to the school law, and it illustrates how adherence is apparent and not and necessary at each school institution just to inherit the children that this is very important in day-to-day life. The next photo is a really big post-it of classroom expectations, and the caption is the law, hashtag follow the rules. School legislation, classroom rules, and the function of policies in everyday activities are very important and able to maintain a flowing classroom. This photo is a picture of an empty plate. The caption is hungry minds can't thrive in hungry bodies. I teach with compassion, knowing every child carries unseen burdens. Hashtag feed the hungry. This highlights how food scarcity impacts learning and to stress. This it stresses need for compassion awareness in the classroom. If a student does not have the right food sources needed, then the student will not be able to learn at his fullest capacity. This is a billboard of a sign that says hello in so many different languages. The caption is belonging belongs with recognition. Every culture, every language, every story deserves a place in the classroom. Hashtag diversity. This highlights the importance of crucial cultural inclusion and honoring student identities to foster a true sense of belonging. The next photo is a photo of a bunch of students holding hands with their pinkies with a bunch of smiley faces on their hands. The caption is empowerment is visible when students feel safe, their voices grow stronger, and feel more confident. Hashtag safety makes strong. This emphasizes that creating a safe and supportive environment enables students to express themselves confidently and take ownerships of their learning. The next photo caption is students have reasons. When we listen, we teach with purpose, not just with plans. Hashtag I'm sensitive. Hashtag insensitive for it all. This highlights the value of students' voices and the importance of understanding their motivations to create meaningful responses in their learning experiences. This photo is a note that a student wrote to a teacher. The caption is sometimes the greatest lessons are unspoken. A child who feels seen can begin to heal. Hashtag progress. This photo shows how genuine recognition and support from a teacher can deeply impact a child's emotional well-being and personal growth in the classroom and their personal growth in being a good student. This concludes my photo voice project. Thank you guys for listening to my project and viewing this video.